When all is said and done, what? When all is said and done, the only thing that really matters is what? Is how did you treat others? We want to be very calm today. And we want to do everything we can for people today and for animals. We know somebody who has muscular dystrophy. And we found out that she likes cookies. And so we're going to send her several packages of vegan cookies. We found somebody who is 90 and sleeps all day. But now she stays awake all day. And she even goes for walks. And so we're going to ask her if she thinks she could be helped by the book that we were helped by. We were helped by Christian Science with Key to the Scriptures by Mary Baker Eddy. The last 100 pages are testimonies of people who were so sick. And it made us so sad. They were so sick. And they were dying, and Materia Medica couldn't do anything for them. They had spent their money and been in pain for years. And so they healed. And when they healed, we were so happy, and it helped to heal us, just reading about their healing. So I'm wondering if this 90-year-old woman would be healed by reading the healings. Thank you, Google. Oh, by the way, what time is it? What date is it?
The time is 7:41 a.m.
And the date is August 28, Sunday, Purification Day. I think that a good Bible passage would be, may the peace of God, which passes all understanding, dwell in our hearts and minds. Now that's all of us together. May the peace of God, which passes understanding, dwell in our hearts and minds. May the peace of God, which passes understanding, dwell in our hearts and minds. To God be the glory, great things he hath done. So loved he the world, he gave us his Son, who offered his life in atonement for sin, and open the life gate that all may come in. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, let the earth hear his voice. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, let the people rejoice. Oh, come to the Father through Jesus the Son, and give him the glory, great things he hath done. And the word is adventure. Did you have any adventures yesterday? Are you planning on any adventures today? How about you, Bobby Lee, down in Florida, a Christian? How about you, Kevin Marr? How about you, Devlin Adams? Devlin Adams. Pat Galino, who was who took care of the studios and helped people put on their programs and produce them at the studio of Cablevision in Lynbrook, Long Island. And you know that Lynbrook is Brooklyn spelled backwards. Said that he was out on a cruise in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean down around the islands, and they were all sitting around having dinner, and they were asking each other what they did for a living, and they asked Pat what he did, and he says, I worked for Cablevision, and they said, doing what? And he said, public access. And they said, what is public access? And then one woman says, oh, I know, it's that woman with the hat and the gloves. This is out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. The lodge meeting was not going well. The master of ceremony stood up and announced gravely that the grand invincible potentate will not attend the meeting tonight. His wife will not let him out of the house. So the word was adventure. An adventure is a bold undertaking with hazards to be met, where the issue hangs upon uncertain circumstances. I believe that Pittsfield No Community TV, Pittsfield Community TV, Pittsfield No Community TV, it's showing signs of maturing, and I think they are ready now to get a chat with Glendora on the television. And from a person whose name I never heard before, there is an email somewhere here, although I think the email got lost. Another one of our Madeline internet losses, and wanting to have the program and get it onto the TV, and it sound a little more knowledgeable of public access and what it is. So we'll give them a try. The question in the email was, send the program in. Well, my dear children, we sent it in to you over a month sean and it's gone to Sarah's email address, and it's been sitting there for a month, along with the phony tag that I'm a resident of Pittsfield and I can present this program. So we'll ask Philip, Eddie, to call them, or we'll ask our producer, our editor in Troy, to call them and ask them, what do you need? You already have it, and when can you schedule it? And if it happens, then we'll drop the lawsuit in the Supreme Court of the United States of America. But I do want to tell the Berkshire Eagle about it, and I do want to tell Boston Neighborhood Network, public access in the city of Boston, and maybe public access in the city of Springfield. I might even tell public access in the city of Worcester. what their little junior is doing up in Berkshire County. Any other events yesterday? Please tell me. Show and tell. We're reading Compton's Encyclopedia. We're up to the last 50 pages of Volume R. And over in the World Book Encyclopedia, we're still on Volume P, as in Paul. Within a week, we will be done with Compton's Volume R, and we'll go on to Volume S. And the next volume for the World Book will be T, as in Tom. P, as in Paul, is due on the middle of September. Will we make it? I don't think so. I think we'll have to renew for a third time. The rainstorm yesterday, the electric storm, was one of the fascinating things of the universe. And Patricia S. said that it cleared the air. Well, it was a storm the day before, cleared the air for yesterday. Made it very, very nice, and it does, of course, with all that electromagnetism, static electricity. Now, Pat in Pittsfield Pat, did not show up for work yesterday. Not only that, she never called. And Glennie was pretty barren. Nothing to eat, and no taking care of the bathroom and the kitchen and feeding the friends outdoors. Nothing like that. All those things undone. Desperate, and in desperation called a neighbor 5 houses away and said, so could you come over and give Glennie breakfast? And she said, I'll be right over. She heard the gracious calling of the Lord, and like them without a word, got up and followed the call to help somebody. That's what we want to be today. Ready, able, willing to help immediately upon the call. Happiness, joy, peace. Calm. And so she came over and she gave Glennie a nice bowl of shredded wheat and a whole bunch of grapes and some meat, better than prime. Vegan. No tortured animals. No animals robbed of their lives. And what else? And a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And a Hawaiian sweet roll with, I can't believe it's butter. I can't believe it's not butter. Later in the day, Glennie had deep-fried ravioli. So, Pittsfield Pat, why didn't you show up on your job? When she comes, going to do her pays is $60 for that Saturday, plus another $10 gas. It's over with, Pat. I think it's over with. You just have to do that once. And Philip is getting closer to signing up with Consumer Direct, but not in time. I think we paid him close to $1,000 this past week out of Glennie's pocket because he isn't signed up with Consumer Direct yet. Thank you, Pat, for coming over and digging around the barrel. I think we finished one folder out of 3 of the joke collections, and I think we're on to a little stirred up jokes that haven't been heard for a while. Thank you, Pat, for doing that. Thank you, Pat, for help me find a new hymn for next week. And we're going to use the same words as last week. The costume will be yellow. We're going through the electromagnetic spectrum, red, orange, yellow. It'll be green. The costume will be, it is yellow now, it'll be green next week. What else? Oh, she wrote out the to-do list for Philip. If she goes by that clothing, secondhand clothing place, she will look for 3 pairs of white pants with deep pockets. And she got out the clean clothes for today's purification. Well, that's good. That's very good. We bought 12 copies of Christian Science with Key to the Scriptures by Mary Baker Eddy. And we have given out, I think, 8 of them, hoping that it will help people find health and peace and the greatness and the oneness and the allness and the wholeness and the goodness of God, the universe. Come now, all happiness, helping the world we go, caring and sharing. Come all happiness, or all victorious, gone is the selfishness, ego is out.